I'm sharing betting picks and futures predictions for men's international basketball at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Which exact teams will win gold, silver, and bronze? Which countries will win groups A, B, and C? Let's get to the picks. Who will win Group A? Canada are favored largely due to the high level NBA talent they have throughout their roster, but this will be the toughest and most competitive group this year, in my opinion. The odds don't reflect this reality, but I wouldn't be surprised if any of these four teams win this group outright. Canada's core gained valuable international experience under FIBA rules at last year's FIBA Basketball World Cup, where they finished as runners-up, winning silver behind champions Germany. They accomplished that feat without Jamal Murray, who will be featured heavily this time. Jamal Murray thrives in big games, but there is a drawback with his sudden inclusion into the team. Over the course of Canada's 3 exhibition friendlies in the month of July, Jamal Murray has only played 24 minutes in total. With his injury history, I understand why Team Canada is taking a cautious approach with Murray, but I wonder if suddenly ramping him up to full minutes will affect the chemistry built by the rest of the squad. Other than that, this team lacks quality rim protection at the international level, in my opinion, but they do have many NBA level players who can create their own shot. RJ Barrett, Nikhil Walker-Alexander, Jamal Murray, Dylan Brooks, and of course Shai Gilgeous-Alexander make this the most talented team in the group offensively. Greece are an interesting team at plus 375 odds to win Group A. They're led by superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo and star European coach Vasilis Spanoulis. This team lacks NBA-level talent, with Giannis being the only current NBA player on Greece's roster. In my opinion, this team has lost some steam heading into the Olympics. They were excellent in their 2 must-win qualification games against Croatia and a Slovenia team featuring an informed Luka Doncic, but their performance dipped in their 2 exhibition-friendly games. Giannis missed their friendly game versus Puerto Rico, and they barely escaped with a 2-point win. Then, Giannis returned for a highly anticipated matchup versus Serbia, led by Nikola Jokic, and they were blown off the court, losing by 22 points on Monday. There is another bright spot beyond Giannis on this roster, though. Point guard Nick Kalathis is one of the best distributors in the entire tournament. His style of play translates well to the format, and he could have a field day assisting the ball in this group stage. He's up there in age, he's 35 years old, but he's definitely one of my players to look out for in Group A. Australia are a team that I consider to be dark horses at the 2024 Paris Olympics. I'm intrigued by their plus 550 odds to win Group A. They feature 8 players currently rostered in the NBA: Josh Giddey, Josh Green, Dante Exum, Jock Londale, Duop Reith, Dyson Daniels, Patty Mills, and Joe Ingles. This core, along with NBA champion Matthew Dellavedova, who's still performing at a very high level in the NBL, and Jack McVay, have built up a considerable amount of chemistry. They possess a great mix of size, perimeter shooting, defense, and high-level decision-making. During their exhibition preparation games, they went 5-1 and looked like a very coherent group. They also gave Team USA a run for their money in their only meeting, only losing by 6 points, powered by a great offensive performance by Josh Giddey. At only 21 years of age, Josh Giddey is the best player on this team, and he seems to be highly motivated after being traded from the OKC Thunder to the Chicago Bulls. His play has been spectacular over their friendly games. I don't think Australia should be such big long shots to win the group. Finally, we have Spain currently listed at plus 650 odds to win Group A. This team is perceived to be in a transition period in the post-Gasol brothers era because they seemingly have less NBA level talent than in prior Olympic games. But don't let the headlines fool you. This team is still incredibly talented, and I wouldn't be surprised if they earn some key results in the group stage. While Santi Aldama of the Memphis Grizzlies is currently the only player on the roster currently contracted in the NBA, they still feature many players with NBA experience: Rudy Fernandez, Usman Garuba, Juancho Hernan Gomez, Willie Hernan Gomez, and Alex Abrines are all highly experienced players for the Spain national team, and they've been playing with each other for many years. There's a high level of fluidity to their offense, and they still have a quality rim protector in Garuba, but this team lacks the high-level three-point shooting that they've had in previous years. Still, you can never underestimate chemistry at the FIBA level, so I can't count Spain out. So what are my picks and bets for Group A winner? Look, I'm from Canada, and the hype around our men's national basketball team is higher than it's ever been. I'm going to place a bet on Canada to win Group A at minus 155 odds to win a half unit, but I'm also going to take a chance on Australia to win Group A at plus 550 odds. I'm only risking zero point 0.3 units on Australia, so I'll be cheering for either Canada or Australia to win Group A. Who will win Group B? France are currently favored at minus 220 odds, followed by Germany plus 200, Brazil plus 1,000, and Japan at plus 5,000 odds. Host nation France are built around generational talent Victor Wembanyama, and there's a ton of hype surrounding this team. They have a good mix of young talent with Wemby and Bilal Coulibaly of the Washington Wizards, and seasoned international vets like Rudy Gobert, Evan Fournier, Nicolas Batum, and Nando De Colo. Wemby and Gobert will present a major challenge to the other teams in this group when they try to generate paint offense, but this team didn't play very well on the offensive end during their exhibition-friendly games, which were hosted on home soil. They struggled to space the floor with both Gobert and Wembanyama playing at the same time. They're currently on a 3-game losing streak after losing to Australia, France, and Canada at home in their friendly games. Their offense looked better in their most recent game against Australia, but they struggled to find quality shots down the stretch. There will be an advantage to being the host nation with much of the crowd rooting for them, but I wonder if there's too much pressure on 20-year-old Victor Wembanyama to perform on the international stage. He's extremely skilled, but the FIBA level generally rewards chemistry. It seems like they're still figuring out how to properly utilize Wemby. With that said, their defense is still world-class and could help them win this group, but I wonder how their perimeter defense will hold up in their group stage game against Germany. Speaking of Germany, the reigning 2023 FIBA World Cup champions are listed at plus 200 odds to win Group B. This team has developed an elite level of chemistry since the beginning of their 2023 World Cup run. Franz Wagner of the Orlando Magic is in peak form. He delivered a couple of big-time performances in their exhibition games leading up to the event. Andreas Obst and Dennis Schroeder have both been effective from three stretching the floor, and this team is generally very balanced on the offensive end. While I do consider them to be an innovative team on the offensive end, they do lack consistent rim protection. However, the efficiency of their offense has generally offset that deficiency, and they play every game with a chip on their shoulder. Germany played in 2 friendly games against France earlier this month and split the pair of games, although there was some gamesmanship from both sides. Victor Wembanyama did not play in those 2 games, and Franz Wagner missed the first game. I expect both Germany and France to win their games against Brazil and Japan, so this group will likely come down to their meeting against each other. France will likely be favored in that matchup, but I give Germany a decent chance to pull off the win because of France's weak perimeter defense. Brazil are listed at plus 1,000 odds to win Group B, and they performed well in their qualification games, going 3-1 to qualify for Paris. The downside for them is that they haven't played any friendly games to prepare for Paris. They haven't played since beating Latvia in their deciding qualifying game back on July 7th, and this will likely be a major detriment for them as their opening game is against France. They're led by veteran Raul Neto, who has a considerable amount of NBA experience, but they're lacking in many other facets of the game compared to most nations at this year's Olympics. They may be competitive at times due to their team-first mentality, but I don't give them much of a chance to challenge for this group. Japan are listed at plus 5,000 odds to win the group. Massive long shots. They have talent led by Rui Hachimura of the LA Lakers, Yuta Watanabe, and Keisei Tominaga, but I don't give them much of a chance to challenge for this group because of their poor defense relative to the other teams in the Olympics. They were blown out in both of their friendly games against Serbia and Germany, and they also lost against the Chinese Taipei B team outright in a smaller tournament earlier this month, which was a very surprising result. So what are my picks and bets for Group B winner? I'm taking a chance on Germany to spoil the party in Paris. My bet for Group B winner is Germany at plus 200 odds to win a half unit. Who will win Group C? Team USA are massive favorites at minus 1,000 odds, followed by Serbia plus 625, South Sudan plus 2,500, and Puerto Rico at plus 6,000. Team USA are fielding their best men's basketball roster since the 1992 Olympic Dream Team. The amount of talent on this roster is ridiculous. From LeBron James and Steph Curry to Anthony Edwards and Jason Tatum, no one will be able to match them in that regard. Their exhibition-friendly games finished with a bit of drama, however. We all know about South Sudan almost upsetting USA in historic fashion, losing by only 1 point. Much of Team USA's problems in that game can be blamed on a lack of continuity and lineup experimentation. However, I think that this team will benefit from having played a total of 5 friendly games while preparing for Paris. They have more than enough to win the group. Realistically, Serbia are the only team in Group C that can challenge USA for group winner. They have 3-time MVP Nikola Jokic, Bogdan Bogdanovic of the Atlanta Hawks, and the younger Nikola Jovic of the Miami Heat, and Alexei Pokusevski. They also have decorated European League players like Filip Petrusev and Vladimir Lucic of Bayern Munich. However, this team was a bit unlucky with their group draw, having to face the USA in a game that actually matters. I think Serbia has a chance to cover a large point spread against USA, but I expect them to ultimately lose that matchup, preventing them from winning the group. South Sudan proved to be more than a feel-good story in their friendly game versus USA. They almost pulled off a win that would have been talked about for decades. The odds makers miscalculated South Sudan as well. Before their game against USA, They were listed at 1,000 to 1 odds to win the gold medal. They're now down to around 150 to 1 to around 250 to 1 to win the gold medal after that one game against USA. They're still massive long shots, but they do have talent like Carlik Jones, JT Thor, and Wenyan Gabriel. They do pose a threat on the defensive end, but ultimately, I don't expect them to challenge for this group, although they will be competitive. Puerto Rico are the team that I expect to finish last in Group C. Jose Alvarado put this team on his back during qualification, but they lack the rim protection and rebounding that's needed to compete at this stage. I find it interesting that they are favored against South Sudan in their opening game this weekend. So what are my picks and bets for Group C winner? I, along with most of the world, will pick the USA to win this group, but I won't be betting on them to do so at minus 1,000 odds. I'll be looking for game-by-game betting opportunities in this group. Team USA do open up group stage play against Serbia this weekend. However, that game will likely decide the group, but I still think that USA has more than enough to win Group C. Who will win the gold medal? Team USA are listed at minus 400 odds. I'd back them to get it done, maybe in a parlay. I expect Team USA to win the gold medal. Who will win the silver medal? I think Australia have a decent chance to upset en route to a silver medal finish at the 2024 Paris Olympics at plus 2,000 odds. This market is probably the toughest to predict, but I think Serbia and Germany can also get it done here. Personally, I think France and Canada are a bit overvalued for the silver medal relative to the field. I'm sprinkling a quarter unit on Australia to win the silver medal at plus 2,000 odds. Here's a recap of my picks, bets, and predictions for the 2024 Paris Olympics. I'm betting on Canada to win Group A at minus 115 odds to win a half unit. I'm also placing a smaller bet on Australia to win Group A at plus 550 odds. I'm only risking 0.3 units there. I'm betting on Germany to win Group B at plus 200 odds. I'm risking a half unit. And I'm also placing a very small bet on Australia to win the silver medal at plus 2,000 odds. I'm only risking a quarter unit there. Subscribe to my channel, hit the like button for me, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my upcoming basketball predictions videos. It's Myguyknowsaguy here on my Frenzy Sports Basketball Predictions channel. I'll see you next time.